Thank you for joining us this evening. I ask that you stand as Acasola, California State University Northridge's very own a cappella group, performs the national anthem.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave, home of the
Thank you, Acasola. You may all be seated. President Kester, Provost Hillenbrand, Vice Presidents Baker, McCarran, Peterson, and Watkins, Vice Provost Rawich, Associate Vice President Johnson, Dr. Afifi, Dr. Gross, Ms. Gruhl, Dr. Stepanek, Associate Dean Adams, Department Chairs, Program Coordinators, and Associated Students President Connor Lansdale, faculty, graduates, family, and friends, it is my distinct pleasure as Dean of the College of Humanities to welcome you to our 53rd annual commencement ceremony at California State University, Northridge. It is our wish that today's ceremony will provide lasting and treasured memories for the graduating class of 2011. The mission of the College of Humanities is to create a community of learners who explore and value the diversities of cultures, thoughts, perspectives, literatures, and languages of humanity, critically reflect on and analyze multiple dimensions of human identity and experience, contribute to scholarship and creative production and innovation, and act as responsible global citizens committed to principles of freedom, equality, justice, and participatory democracy. We encourage our graduates to call upon these skills as they embark upon new professional and academic journeys. At this time, I would like to ask President Kester to step forward and speak to the graduating class of 2011. Dr. Kester.
Good evening and welcome to the class of 2011 College of Humanities. Are you out there? Now I'm sure that you're here this evening. I'm often asked to describe the students at Cal State Northridge, so I'd like you to help me describe this 2011 class from this College of Humanities. That helps, okay. Now, how many of you are graduate students? How many of you are graduating in 4 years? How many of you are on the 6-year plan? How many of you have changed majors while you've been at Cal State Northridge? How many of you have a major that you now love? How many of you come from families in which English is not your family's principal language? How many of you consider yourself to be the first generation in your family to go to college? How many of you have worked while you've been a student at Cal State Northridge? How many of you know that you have experienced personal or family hardship during the time that you've been a student here? How many of you have been involved in community service? How many of you have belonged to a club or organization? How many of you, after you graduate, intend to go into the world with whatever professional goals you have and make this region, make this state, make this nation, make this world a better place? That's my charge to each and every one of you. Take the education that you have received from a university that commits itself to this region and make this region, this state, this nation, this world a better place for all people. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Kester. It's my pleasure to introduce tonight's speaker. Wendy Gruhl was sworn in as City Controller of Los Angeles on July 1st, 2009, only the second woman to be elected to a citywide office in the city's history. Ms. Gruhl brings to the Controller's office a unique combination of government, business, and community leadership experience. Wendy is a lifelong Angelino who was born and raised in the San Fernando Valley. Upon graduation from college, Wendy worked in the office of Mayor Bradley, where she was the mayor's liaison to the city council, city departments, and the community on public policy issues, including childcare, the homeless, the elderly, and health issues. In 1993, Wendy served with Cabinet Secretary Henry Cisneros as the Field Operations Officer for Southern California for the Secretary of Housing and Urban Development, where she championed projects offering opportunities for homeownership, job creation, economic development, and social services for the less fortunate. She oversaw HUD's emergency response and recovery programs after the 1994 Northridge earthquake. In 2002, Ms. Gruhl was elected to the Los Angeles City Council and represented the 2nd District in the Northeast San Fernando Valley for 7 years. As Councilwoman, Wendy worked tirelessly to be an independent voice fighting for the Valley's fair share of city resources. She focused on reducing traffic in Los Angeles as chair of the city's Transportation Committee. As vice chair of the Budget Committee, Wendy worked tirelessly to make Los Angeles more business-friendly. As a member of the Audits and Government Efficiency Committee, Wendy saved taxpayers millions of dollars by consolidating departments, cutting wasteful government spending, and identifying fraud and corruption in city government. She has also sought to reduce the influence of money on our political process by banning city commissioners from fundraising. As City Controller, Wendy Gruhl ensures City Hall spends taxpayer dollars wisely and responsible by identifying and eliminating wasteful spending, exposing fraud and abuse in city government, and works to ensure an economic recovery and economic growth. Wendy believes in doing what is practical, not political, to get the job done, and is focused on reforms that make the city more efficient and accountable. Ladies and gentlemen, I present Ms. Wendy Gruhl.
Good evening, Matadors. What Dr. Kester should have said is I was a Valley girl, a Dr. Say, born and raised in the San Fernando Valley. How many of you were born and raised in the San Fernando Valley? See, that was a good question to ask. Thank you, Dr. Say, for that extraordinary introduction as I'm here today and so proud. But first, I'd like to thank your President Jolene Kester, and I believe I speak for everyone here today when I say that the leadership and the vision that you have carried out during your years at Cal State University Northridge have been exemplary. And I want to thank you for that hard work. And yes, a great round of applause for Jolene Kester. I know I speak for so many that you are going to be truly missed when you retire at this end of this year, and that someone will have big shoes to fill. Parents, distinguished faculty, friends, relatives, and honored graduates, this is such a momentous day, and I am grateful that you have asked me to share it with all of you. I got goosebumps as you were walking down to be able to be seated here for your commencement. Because for today is not merely the culmination of your Cal State University Northridge experience. We are celebrating providing over 50 years of education to thousands and hundreds of thousands of students. Now, parents and students, think back. Think about those Saturday soccer games, the after-school electives, the seemingly life and or death exams, the lunch boxes, the backpacks, and the heavy burden of too many textbooks. For many of you, all of this is in the past, and after today, it will be a fond memory. For several of you, there is still more to come, and more work to be done, and more education ahead. For all of you today, however, it's a day to sit back and reflect, to accept that sincere congratulations and bask in the glory of a degree well-earned and a job well done. Now, this not only goes for our beaming graduates, but also for your equally thrilled families. Because I have a feeling, just a little bit of a feeling here, that a great many of them sacrificed to make sure that their children and their grandchildren received a good education. And I know you were asked earlier, but I had that same question about how many of you are the first to graduate from a university. Can we hear that again? So tonight, your families and their efforts should be honored too. I encourage our graduates to tip your hat and your cap to the people who share this day with you, and to thank them. As a parent of an 8-year-old, I look at some point my son will be sitting where you're sitting, and how proud we are. So let's give our parents and all of our family members a great round of applause for what they've done to sacrifice for you. Now, as the city's controller of Los Angeles, I am charged with overseeing the city's finances. Tough job, let me tell you. And I focus on making sure that we spend our money wisely. So let me tell you this, and graduates, it could not be clearer. There is no wiser investment that you can make than in your education. In a few moments, you will receive your diploma, and perhaps you will hang it on the wall proudly, as well you should. For that diploma is no mere piece of paper. It's a building block. And it's a building block that provides a foundation upon which you will begin to build your life and the rest of your life. So while we are here to talk about great achievements and mark that grand conclusion, tomorrow your journey begins anew. Tomorrow is a day that you're going to consider, what kind of life do I want for myself? What matters most to me? Is it family? Is it money? Is it entrepreneurship and creating something I can call my own? Or as so many of you applauded, is it helping others? Now, I hope that some of you will choose public service. Can I ask that question? How many of you might choose public service? Oh, all right, I'm going to work on that. We need more. But whether you choose public service, whether you choose to work in aerospace, law enforcement, high tech, or nursing, or whether you choose to attend a graduate program, that choice is now yours and yours alone to make. But no matter what you choose, when your education is complete, you will undoubtedly put too much pressure on yourself to get that great first job, to get that first solid paycheck, and to make sure your career is going to take off like a rocket. But here's a piece of advice for you. Don't bury yourself in the heavy burden of expectations. That first job is not going to be your last job. That first career, it's unlikely to be your last career. How do I know? Let me tell you a little bit about my first job. My first job was in trucking. Not kidding. At a building supply and trucking company, yep. And I can tell you firsthand that the building supply and trucking is an interesting business for a woman to get involved in. I did everything from work the counters to answer the phones to cleaning the bathrooms and driving a forklift. But there were many challenges for me. I didn't understand why people would hang up when I answered the phones. I'd say, hello, Frontier Building Supply, and then I'd get a click, followed by a dial tone. Everyone was hanging up on me. I asked my mother why was this happening, and she told me that when people heard a woman's voice at a trucking company, they assume they've gotten the wrong number. Well, hopefully today, people don't assume when they call a place that is unlikely to have a woman, they don't hang up. But my attempt at this trucking business was short-lived. I was not cut out to drive a tractor-trailer. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but I did not do well in heels driving a truck. But the good news is this was a hands-on experience for me. It was thrilling in its own way because I was not in school, and no disrespect for our professors, but not in school hearing from a professor other people's jobs, then reading a book about what someone else was doing, and then taking in exact detail of what their lives were like. I was learning from my own experiences. So whether it was the right job for me, it was still a time to learn and experience and to savor. Miguel de Cervantes, the great novelist, once wrote, "The road is better than the inn." What he meant was that you should enjoy the trip more than you enjoy the destination. Now is the time for you to enjoy that journey. It takes trial and error to figure out what it is you want to do, what you can do, and then what you should do. I've moved back and forth between the public and private life. Through my experiences, I have realized what satisfies me the most is giving back to the city in which I was born, raised, and have never left. The city where I went to college, and the city where I care so much about. Now I'm fortunate to represent you as the City Controller of Los Angeles in what I consider the greatest city in the country. The question I most often get asked is, what does the City Controller do? As mentioned, I'm the taxpayer's watchdog and the chief's auditor and accountant. I monitor and report on the city's fiscal health, and some days, yes, I piss people off all the time because I tell the truth, but that's the job of the City Controller. Now, we've had our hands full. We have a financial crisis because people looked at short-term solutions for long-term problems. But we need to ensure that we're moving forward in the city of Los Angeles. Because people thought it was easier to spend than it was to be responsible and say, we cannot afford this. We have to make difficult choices. And I know even here at the university, Dr. Kester has made those same kind of choices. But the difficult ones are always the right ones. They are not always popular. But I believe that people respect you more when you make the tough choices. Yet this attitude, spend, don't worry about the future, don't worry about other people than yourself, it is spread oftentimes through our communities like a virus. Because we know that our nation's financial crisis was caused by people who thought only of themselves, of the moment, about what kind of car they were going to drive, whether their credit card was green or black, and what kind of table they had at a restaurant. Jobs, homes, families lost because of the selfishness of a few. We need to ensure that we have the right values to not only think of ourselves. Possessions do not make you a better man or a woman than the person sitting next to you. Think about the people that you admire, whether your friends or your families or your mentors. I'm guessing you admire them because of the time they spend listening to you, or the way that they give of themselves without a need for credit, or the fact that they will always be there for you to show you down a better path and a brighter future. Giving back to your community, kindness, honesty. Some might call these values old-fashioned. I prefer to think of them as timeless. So you ask yourself, what do you want to be? How do you want others to perceive you? What kind of city do you want to call your home, and what kind of leaders do you want and deserve? Those are the questions you need to ask yourself as you begin your journey anew. For this is the promise of a new graduating class, the promise that is Today is a new day for you and your community. You've already proven yourselves to be role models. The people in your families and your neighborhoods will look to you for answers and for a new perspective. Albert Einstein once said, "You can't solve a problem from the same consciousness that created it. You must learn to see the world anew." It is through you, our graduates, that we will see our city anew. You will set the tone with your actions and with your deeds. You will build the communities that you want and that you deserve. You will challenge your political leaders to act in a more responsible way, and you will become the political and social leaders of the next era. You will not have the same answers as the previous generation, or even as each other. Yet this diversity, as we see your faces here today, is so remarkable, is the reason our city will continue to grow. So just look around you. Do you think that you have the same point of view of the guy sitting next to you, or the 2 rows in front of you, or the young woman sitting 2 rows away from you? Do you think that? Do you think they have the same position? No. That's what makes this community great. Let me tell you just a quick story about renewal and seeing the struggles and the world through a new prism. My mom, let's call out for our moms, okay? Do we love our moms? Okay, I just want to say. Unfortunately, my mom is no longer with me, but she was one tough cookie. When my mom was growing up, and she told me the story just a month before she died, she grew up on the wrong side of the tracks in southern Illinois. On Halloween, she went out trick-or-treating, and she went into the biggest house in town, uptown. After she knocked on the door, they opened it and immediately slammed it in her face and said to her, "We don't give to your kind," because she was from the wrong side of the tracks, because she wasn't like them, because she was poor. She vowed that night that one day she would own those homes and she would show them. And many years later, when my parents were successful in their business, my mom went back and bought that home and turned it into a bed and breakfast in her community, in a town of 9,000 people. But she vowed that she would come back and make a difference, and that no one would tell her what she couldn't do. So I challenge each of you out here that you would ensure that no one can tell you that you can't do something, right? That's not very loud. No one's going to tell you you can't do something, right? Okay. That lesson has stuck with me, particularly after she passed away, because my parents instilled in me that we have to give back to others, that we respect others, and we respect people who may be different than us. So with that diploma in hand that you have, and with the confidence that comes with the fulfillment of a great goal, you will be able to lead your neighborhood, your community, and the city. I don't necessarily mean that you should run for office as I did. Leadership takes many, many different forms. But because you have a diploma, you are leaders, and you will be perceived by that by your coworkers, by your brothers and sisters, and by your family. You will have power, and it is up to you to do something with it. You know, I can think of no better quote about leadership than this one. With great power comes great responsibility. Very good. What I was going to say is it wasn't Einstein who said it, or Cervantes. It was actually Spider-Man. But great quotes. I am very impressed. I just want you to know that whoever you are, young man over here. But great quotes, like great leadership, come from unexpected places. So now you have power and responsibility. I cannot wait to see what you choose to do with them. As graduates of the California State University Northridge, you have earned the respect, and others will look to you. I have confidence that you will keep giving them a reason to keep looking at you. And in the years to come, I know that one day I will return here and sit in the audience where your families and friends and faculty are seated today, and I will look upon the stage and see one of you standing up here. How many of you are going to be standing up here giving the commencement address to a future graduating class? I'm sure there's going to be more. But I look forward to that day and forward to your journey along the road in the years to come. Your future is bright. We have many challenges that I say are great opportunities. Live life to the fullest, give back, and be proud that you are graduates of California State University Northridge 2011. Thank you and congratulations to you all.
Please join me in thanking City Controller Wendy Gruhl. Dr. Harry Hellenbrandt, let's put the beach ball down. Dr. Harry Hellenbrand, Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, will now recognize and present candidates for Master of Arts degrees in Chicana and Chicano Studies, English, Humanities, Linguistics, and Spanish. Dr. Hellenbrand.
For 5 straight ceremonies now, I've been asking people to stand, and no one stands. So we're going to try to be a little bit more persuasive tonight. Masters Dudes and Masters Doodas, please get up. President Kessler, I have the honor of presenting the candidates for the Master of Arts degree from the College of Humanities. These candidates have completed the requirements for the master's degree as prescribed by the state of California and the trustees of the California State University, and they have been recommended by this remarkable faculty of California State University Northridge. Please remain standing as the president confers the degree upon you.
I can't top that. Upon the recommendation of the faculty of California State University Northridge, and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the California State University, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Master of Arts with all of the rights, all of the honors, and most especially all of the responsibilities associated with that degree. Congratulations. The marshals are going to direct you to the stage where you can receive our personal congratulations. Follow them.
Michael Bunyamatop. Tiffany Lum. Christopher Corning. Frederick Andrew Warren. Larry Coulter. Sarah Carol Ann Dean. Rosalba Ruiz. Raimundo Mariano Hernandez Lopez. Jeanette Cruzalegui. Eric D. Martinez. Maria Camacho. Javier Rodriguez Pilare. Rafael Carrera. Christian Garay. Daniel Taub. Jeff Padilla. Tanya Maida. Adrian Wittenberg Ime. Leslie Giselle Lopez. Ron Henson. Mary Lagman Hammond. Raymond Munoz Oropeza. Lisa Winfield Liberatore. Brock Cohen. Deborah Hager. Joseph Manuel Castanon. April Dawn Fisher. Leanne Lagoida. Congratulations. Lynn Ludwig. Andrea Aurora Longoria Lopez. Denise Lopez. Alexis Ann Lawrence. Lucine Tukmazian. Catalina Martinez. Araceli Blanco. Vanya Violetas Sciolini. Alexandra Torres Rosas. Annette Fallon Branover. Kathleen Morales Reynolds. Sarah Jane Garrett. Chantel Yvonne Ratcliffe. Elizabeth Joanne Clemens. Elizabeth Diane Muramoto. Kyoko Tomakura. Seiko Sato. Yufeng Su. Sol Yoon. Jada Augustine. Rachel Danielle Jordan. Rebecca Ray Lawson. Loretta Antonia McCormick. Leslie King Blake. Richard Flores. Keep going that way. Allison Ann McLeod. Catherine Marie Foley. Christine Hahn. Sandra Elizabeth Calderon. Kathy Tarabi. Courtney Stern. Sarah Guadalupe Tauber. Nicholas Ignacio. Ashley Jean Granillo. Leah Sarah Horwitz. Angela Kashishian. Noreen Manukian. Catherine McFadden Crystalier. Jessica Morrill. Heather Lee Hale. Siobhan Solibone. Diane Shamirian. Deanna Alexandra Lovick. Raquel Sanchez. Jose Padron.
Congratulations to all our master's students. We would like to make special mention today of those students who have demonstrated outstanding scholarship while at the university. These students have met or exceeded the qualifying grade point average for academic honors and are identified by the medallion they are wearing. Will those students who are graduating with academic honors please rise and receive our recognition? Thank you. I also take this opportunity to publicly recognize August Sammy as a 2011 Wolfson and College of Humanities Dean Scholar Award recipient. August, will you please stand as I highlight your many accomplishments? August is an underachiever. He is an English major with a GPA of 3.99, including his double option in literature and creative writing. This means that he has received all A's with the exception of one solitary A-, and you know who gave it to him, and will be graduated summa cum laude. August is the president of Sigma Tau Delta, the International English Honors Society. His activities with the society have allowed him the opportunity to coordinate academic conferences as well as present at a number of them. In fact, he has presented at 10 academic conferences. As president of Sigma Tau Delta, he collaborated with student groups to facilitate the creation at CSUN of the LGBT Resource Center. He has served as a supplemental instruction leader, which he says has greatly benefited his own writing. While at CSUN, August decided to learn a new language and began working in the Russian language immersion program, allowing him to study abroad this summer at the Russian State University for Humanities in Moscow. One could say that August did not follow a traditional path to higher education, having dropped out of high school in 2004. But he eventually earned his high school diploma through independent study at the City of Angels High School. He earned his associate degree at Pierce College before coming here in 2008. Accepted by a number of universities for advanced study, August will be heading to the University of Chicago in the fall to earn his Master's of Arts degree in Middle Eastern Studies on a full scholarship. And by the way, while there, in case he gets bored, he plans to study Arabic, Uzbek, and French at the same time, thereby doubling his fluency in languages. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating August Sammy. Okay, so now that we all feel like, failures in life, The graduates we honor today represent a variety of academic disciplines. In order that we may properly recognize their achievements in having completed the programs required in these areas, I ask that the candidates for baccalaureate degrees in Asian American Studies, Central American Studies, Chicana and Chicano Studies, English, Gender and Women's Studies, Humanities Interdisciplinary, Liberal Studies, Linguistics, Modern and Classical Languages and Literatures, Modern Jewish Studies, Philosophy, and Religious Studies now rise and remain standing. Rise and remain standing. These are instructions. President Kester, I have the honor of presenting to you the undergraduate class of 2011 from the College of Humanities. These candidates have completed their requirements for the baccalaureate degree as prescribed by the State of California and the trustees of the California State University, and they have been recommended for their degrees by the faculty of California State University, Northridge.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty of California State University, Northridge, and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the California State University, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Arts with all of the rights, all of the honors, and most especially all of the responsibilities. Congratulations. Please be seated. The marshals will direct you to come forward.
Sit. President Kester, members of the university administration, department chairs, program coordinators, and I will now offer our congratulations to the graduates of the College of Humanities. Let me remind you, this is an important event for everybody. Every family, every group that is here tonight is celebrating their graduates. If you use air horns and noisemakers, when your graduate comes up, somebody else doesn't get to hear their student's name called, so we're going to ask you not to do that. We shall proceed by departments and programs. Our degree candidates will now begin moving to the podium as directed by the faculty marshals. Pay attention, these are more directions. As you approach the podium, please hand your card to the faculty marshal who will be standing next to the name reader. Then proceed across the dais as your name is read, and then return to your seat as directed by the department chairs, program coordinators, and faculty marshals.
The candidates from Asian American Studies. Brian de Guzman.
The candidates from Central American Studies. Pedro Alejandro Magaña.
Wanda Pathamrit.
Teresa Peña.
Kevin Luna Laparan.
Stephanie Miranda.
Raymond Boy.
Shahrazad Maria Encinias.
Soleil Jung.
Devora Gonzalez.
Justin Inocencio Balabat.
Stephanie Lemus.
Carla Veronica Rivas.
Jocelyn Eunice Duarte.
Andrea Cristina Arieta Salvatas.
Carlos Horacio Hernández.
Donna Lee.
Ricardo Andrés Urrutia.
Kevin Moscoso.
Ana Araceli Reyes.
Andrew Tam No.
Rebecca M. Crowley.
The candidates from Chicano and Chicana Studies. Omar Raul Cardenas.
David Jonathan Reyes.
Yaneli Elizabeth Gonzalez.
Karen Denise Romero.
Minerva Contreras.
Elizabeth Lopez.
Flaviola Garcia.
Alexander Fernandez.
Charlie Brian Chavez.
Daisy Milagros Beltran.
Maria Elena Ramirez.
Jennifer Plates.
Lillian Tatiana Vasquez.
Jessica Yvette Hernandez.
Manuel Alonso.
Cecia Judith Juarez.
Laura Ramos.
Melissa Madrigal.
Norma Raquel Sanchez.
The Department of English.
Robert Aguirre.
Jesus Hernandez Ramos.
Jason Allen Meza.
Christopher Michael Prinsoto.
Armando Ruiz Espinoza.
James S. Lee.
Jose Juan Gomez Becerra.
Trenton Bishop Babb.
Angelica Amezua.
Giselle Krishan Neal.
Vanessa Bustamante.
Benjamin S. Cho.
Felicia Marie Rivera.
Eduardo Arteaga.
Jose Beltran.
Mary Travers.
David Patrick Rubio.
Anush Keskarian.
Luis Miranda.
Ana Garibian.
Ramiro Perez Camacho.
Audrey Reba Povar.
Stephanie Lozano.
Varan Dikranian.
Noleli Vasquez.
Erica Lynn Thomas.
Jamie Vidaka.
Nestor Oswaldo Lara Jr.
Juan Preciado Ahuna.
Sarah Ann McGreevy.
Viviana Roxanne Gomez.
Juan M. Garcia Jr.
Joseph Michael Medina.
Stacy Carmela Billone.
Vanessa Vasquez.
Cameron Davidson Jr.
Ruben Dario Rodriguez.
Ryan William Duncan.
Jairo Mendoza.
Christina Mushur.
Hector Miguel Herrera.
Fariba Maleki.
The candidates from Gender and Women's Studies.
Jajot Asur Lopez.
John David Anderson.
Andrew William Johnson.
Mary Jane Regaldo.
Abraham Arce.
Cassandra Rodriguez.
Joe Darty.
Martha Santiago Barber.
Nicole Michelle Schatz.
Tamara D. Schneider.
Francesca Nicole Roth.
Elizabeth Joyce Noppen.
Ani Bakchanjian.
Lauren Michelle Thacko.
Jasmine Nicole Clark.
Jennifer Okavat.
Gloria Stefani Chamorro Navarro.
Alejandra Ramos.
Jessica Brianna Vasquez.
Emily Ann Creasy.
Taylor Ashley Giatti.
The candidates from the Linguistics program. Adam Robert Wintle.
Shayna Gloria Rigg.
Denicia Lee Dykus.
Jose Rafael Prado.
William Andrew Tolson II.
Vahe Hartunian.
Rachel Maciel.
Eduardo Hernandez.
Farah Nadine Azam.
Joellen Aragon.
Lisa Suzanne Atherton.
Andrea Jolyn Mezaros.
Gore Alexanian.
Clementina Peña.
Liliana Carolina Gonzalez.
Alan Castillo.
Luis M. Gomez.
Jose Escobedo.
Loretta Peggy Zhang.
Sonia Chumber.
Saori Kawasaki.
Lori Alanis.
Sandy Sunday Lim.
Stephanie Joy Lim.
Samantha Lee.
Jared S. Thomas.
Jongmin Chu.
Tanya Melissa Sandoval.
The candidates for Modern Jewish Studies.
Natalie Badashian.
Evan Micah Sussman.
Haikuni Johnsezian.
Samantha Ruth Davis.
Madlena Angelica Armutian.
Shani Hencion.
Evelyn Moreno.
The candidates from Religious Studies. Anna Louisa Bishop.
Maybelline Garcia Molares.
Susan Stevens Araventis.
Joseph Rutger Acosta.
LaDawn Nicole Montgomery.
Lucas Aubrey Painter.
Patricia Alejandra Villa.
Marissa Lynn Miano.
Eric Stephen Sitgo.
Jennifer Marie Hoff.
Stephanie Vanessa Diaz.
Joseph Edward Lewis.
Sarah Fernandez.
Jennifer B. Talbert.
Lalit Sarkisian.
Janet Georgina Vega Barraza.
Mallory Jean Mummert.
Stephen Warren Marney.
Eunice Villaneda.
Sergio David Sanchez.
Lorena Raquel Lopez.
Jonathan David Polis.
Kimberly Vinacour Rice.
Amber Joy Adelman.
Jack Gustav Rickert.
Deborah Elizabeth Price.
The candidates from Liberal Studies.
Manuel Luis Jr.
Kathleen Ann Chrismore.
Dina Lynn Evans.
Natalie Hernandez.
Ryan Christopher Cazones.
Christina Marie Safko.
Arjane Ovseptian.
Claudia Ramirez.
Julie T. Huynh.
Lizette Naranjo.
Chelsea Jean Lincoln.
Erica Tanya Mercado.
Ash Sturgeon Apia.
Savon Kashkarian.
Christine A. Aronakis.
Jennifer Beth Coffin.
David Allen Ellison.
Francisco Huang.
Ashley Marie Erickson.
Don Hup Chun.
Caitlin Renee Vickers.
Harut Harry Berberian.
Alexis Lindsay Phillips.
Emily Vargas.
Claire Elizabeth Moles.
Reagan Bradwell.
Angela Lynn Brown.
Glendy Leslie.
Valerie Ann Walker.
Brian Gonzalez.
Stacy Ann Legrand.
Talia Shaya.
Robert Thomas Shuttleworth Jr.
Ingrid Del Rocio Morales Estrada.
Albert Kawak.
Lizeth Aguilar.
Jacqueline Michelle Orellana.
Hannah Kim.
August Samey.
Myra Joanne Metza.
Andrew Justin Sneesinger.
Juan Pablo Rodriguez.
Trista Renee Pate.
Carlos Christian Perez.
Hannah Lynn Jorgensen.
Gregory Scott Sherman.
Melissa Evan Philbeck.
Erica Mijin Yu.
Dylan Brandon Altman.
Maria Apollonia Donato.
Socheda Sand.
Valerie Nicole Andrews.
Rolando Rulbal Gafa.
Michelle Renee Vitone.
Heidi Arndt.
Rebecca Chiodo.
Cecilia Kristen Kerrigan.
Katie Therese Freeman.
David Benjamin Gale.
Stephanie Dolores Montez.
Angelo Santos Hoganza.
Mackenzie Jean Gregory.
Helia Ascari.
Cecily Mignon Mullings.
Gregory Lee Porter.
Suli John Kim.
Artie Musavian.
Desiree Jean Ellis.
Jeremiah Ray Allen.
Carolyn Alyssa Spencer.
Chelsea Ann Hart.
Tanya Espinoza.
Irvin Ernesto Figueroa.
Desiree Elaine Tabera.
Tana Charlene Musio.
Jennifer Moran.
Rebecca Marie Sweeney.
Annabelle Soto Gonzalez.
Irena Yakubova.
Monique Yvette Chaboya.
Claudia Paz Gomez.
Paul Robert Jeffrey Jr.
Sanam Shamiri.
Catherine Iskandar.
Luis Miguel Alvarez.
Courtney Aaron Ziska.
Samantha Ann Turowski.
Christina Kim.
Veronique Saltos.
Alexandra Janae Lovich.
Victoria Stolicnico.
Julie Elizabeth Gergis.
Stefan Toth.
Kaylee Michelle Gomez. Savannah Temrazian.
Laura Elizabeth King.
Annette Ovsepian.
Jonathan R. Straight.
Dominique Rochelle Talaganigi.
Charles Eric Kenworthy.
Gagik Galafian.
Donald Philip Belisle.
Patrick Ahonian.
Nan Leonard.
Morgan Elise Henry.
Erin Lynn Robinson.
Michelle Lynn Fernandez.
Steve Washington.
Nancy Alcantara. Sorry.
Heidi Jocelyn Caceres.
Candace Nicole King.
Janella Annette Smith.
Devin Marie Creekmore.
Deanna Marie Anderson.
Carlos Monzon Escalante.
Amy Marie Davis.
Nayele Husted.
Janae Laurel Thompson.
Amy Martinez.
Catherine Renee Gutzweiler.
Reina Alvarado.
Arpane Luxian.
Kelly Apperson.
Melissa Jacqueline Balon.
Sonia Dalia.
Jackie Himes.
Anna Marie Mendoza.
Guadalupe Miriam Covarubas.
Stephanie Lopez.
Job Garcia.
Yvonne Dorami.
George Elias Shaheen.
Karina Sahinian.
Kalina Dusty Peterson.
Yoon Hee Her.
Jessica Lynn Herrera.
Christy Wynn Nelson.
Ana Mejia.
Eloisa Moreno.
Laura Elizabeth Cease.
Sandra Valley.
Grace Kim.
Yvonne Villa.
Brian Edward Fleming.
Karina Elizabeth Molina.
Rosanna Katapian.
Mark Ryan Acosta.
Natasha Lake Newman.
Maggie Mastopi Trio.
Carmen Ofelia Gonzalez.
Erica Guerrero.
Sean Kevin Stanton.
Suzanne Nicole Stanky.
Jillian Marie Ford.
Diana Guadalupe Morales.
Humanities Interdisciplinary Program.
Denise Acuna.
Janelle Ann Sanford.
Jenny Kim.
Bernadette Burkett.
Michelle Camacho.
Ginger J. Orsi.
Janae Marie Coakley.
Bernadette Jean Carroll.
Andrea Eliana Alvarez.
Camille Marie Vaughn.
Alyssa Ray Holding.
Holly E. Garrett Duncan.
Danielle Aaron Houseman.
Christian Joaquin Aracon.
Ashley Dickerson.
Kimberly Olivia Wilson.
Levon Argasian.
Modern and Classical Languages and Literatures.
Brenda Liseth Sanchez.
Ricardo Sebastian Bilbabio.
Panamus Apishawat.
Candice Chin.
Christopher Michael Cox.
Orlando A. Arguea.
Gus Saipon Jr.
Esmeralda Alyssa Jimenez.
Amrit Khalsa.
Jacqueline Joy Thompson.
Heather Ann Gable.
Rebecca Ann Bowles.
Amanda Sue Lynch.
Nereda Godinez.
Charlene Marie Hanen.
Stephen Derek Alamango.
Tara Marie Matthews.
Natalie Joy Irwin.
Alexandra Michael.
Alicia Janae Hoffman.
Sarah Sharaf.
Cherry Benusian.
Melissa Angelica Lopez.
Kumi Takahashi.
Corrine Lee Johnson.
Roxana Trejos.
Cindy Martinez.
Elizabeth Manganya.
Elizabeth Maija.
Adrian Contreras.
Erica Castaneda.
Teresa Awet.
Karen Derhavanasian.
Alejandra Barraza.
Stephanie Ann Goldsmith.
Daisy Mendoza.
Ryan Taylor Word.
Abigail del Carmen Arias.
Kelly McKee Syathan.
Maribel Flores.
Rachel Elizabeth Thompson.
Jacqueline Jamalet Solis.
Clark Evan Smith.
Diana Raquel Delgado.
Susan Elizabeth DeMartinez.
Maria Isabel Plates.
Flor Maria Alas.
Kathy Areli Smith.
Andrea Ariano.
Carolina Mole.
Deborah Santos.
Peter Alcides Avellaneda.
Jamie Marie Beidler.
Arlene Luna.
Katerina Barbara Horvatek.
Herbert Galvin Gallegos.
Jessica Dawn Pride.
Blanca Aurora Montes.
Faustino Garcia.
Lisette M. Maldonado.
Sarah Love Krumka.
Yadira Sebedoy.
Armin Gavorkian.
Ricardo Molares.
Huranush Tufinkchian.
Ruth Denora Bonilla.
Auguste Arstorian.
Asualdo Francisco Rivas.
Diana Gabrielle Berea.
Jared Carl Oakton.
Abigail Navarro.
Fernando Aparicio.
V. Bao Kuhn.
Daniel Arredondo.
Erica Rhodes.
Robert Joseph Mazzoni.
Erica Monique Smith.
Juan Gee Lee.
Christy Alejandra Brenton.
Kristen Lee Vanderyar.
Kyla Renee Bastedo.
Crystal Bahar Homian.
Daisy Lopez.
Leslie Stacy Barrera.
Cecilia Uribe.
Rachel Kimberly Jung.
Claudia Elizabeth Mendoza.
Juan Luis Escobedo.
Corolla Gornica.
Valentina Alberti.
Erica Michelle Velasco.
Amy Christina Gaston.
Haley Amanda Norris.
The Department of Philosophy.
Brittany Nicole Green.
Naomi Tiffany Homayuni.
Caitlin Carey Gagnon.
Sean Michael Tarrin.
Alicia Glover.
Natalie Michelle Dedacluz.
Lindsay Michelle Taylor.
Arthur Philip Hawgood.
Saida Tobias.
Nima Rajamond.
April Dawn Bell.
Alexi Dornan.
Keisha Marie Williams.
David Molina.
Chantel Williams.
Michael Idiarte.
Natalie Gagassian.
David Lesnick.
Thomas Choe.
George Russell Dulix Barnes.
Victoria Rose Valenzuela Hinckley.
Neil Sanchez.
Myra Yadira Lazarit.
Garrett Adam Noah.
Giovanni Navarro.
Jojo Catabian.
Patil Kabogian.
Jose Manuel Pineda.
Rick S. Corbett.
Awade Nayo Khan Uariba.
Andrew Lance Rosenblatt.
Arnulfo Sanchez.
Kelsey Lynn Potter.
the Department of Liberal Studies.
Melody Genevieve Stindle.
Anaid Nenejan.
Alyssa Brian Cruz.
Stephanie Cortez.
Luis Casas.
Jenny Pineda.
Charlene Tai.
Adelina Lopez.
Jennifer Marie Christensen.
Karina Gutierrez.
Carlos Alberto Lopez Jr.
Celine Rose Kudry.
Bernardo Contreras.
Tori Kale Takaki.
Veronica Hurtado.
Sarah Elizabeth Jean.
Ryan Anthony Tanner.
Amber Nicole Joy.
Sandra Dela Cruz.
Veronica Contreras.
Jonathan Alexander Reynoso.
Liz Luna.
Wanda Faye Chambers.
Lilith Navasardian.
Marissa Salas.
Tiffany Hofstetter.
Rocio Cervantes.
Veronica Padilla.
Evelyn Gonzalez.
Yolanda Reynoso.
Christina Garcia.
Tonantzin Ochoa.
Rosa Angela Cordova.
Jessica Suasti.
Helen Mary Louise Henderson.
Christina Marie Andure.
Marissa Ann Cohen.
Giselle Nicole Cruz.
Chelsea Hunt.
Clifton Nicholas Starr.
Douglas Vaughn Fowler.
Nancy Delgadillo.
Mark Timothy Arzoian.
Myra Gutierrez.
Sulky Laura Choi.
Maureen Tarakuchian.
Sarah Michelle Stembridge.
Brianne Marie Bribiska.
Nancy Gutierrez.
Sabrina Pinto Roberts.
Alma Violeta Benitez.
Elizabeth Sachko Miller.
Renju Sharma.
Anna Pogosian.
Janet Marie Rodriguez.
Kristen Victoria Lockridge.
Ella Brower.
Tara Ann Walsh.
Robin Clock.
Anush Gerubijan.
Perla Araceli Teal.
Melanie Gambari.
Zarina Lisbeth Gallardo.
Athena Shabazian.
Ashley Yuri Nagamine.
Hilda Georgesian.
Nicole Marie Conchialde.
Deborah Debong Kim.
Kelly Ross.
Nicole Lynn Pelton.
Nazanin Giai.
Fartuhi Sarkeesian.
Karen Vasquez.
Tacey Joanna Ramirez.
Rosa Rodriguez.
Amanda Catherine Weiss.
Alexandra Castro.
Kelsey Marie Benkert.
Adrian Bliss Johnson.
Jennifer Marie Midstock.
Jennifer Guerrero.
Brooke Bueller.
Maram Ali Hamdani.
Leslie Novita Harlan.
Crystal Marie Salazar.
Allison Nicole Hastings.
Daira Annette Cervantes.
Andrea Lee Souls.
Shauke Delon Chian.
Rebecca Ann Strom.
Heather Marie Sarajoni.
Myra Lisette Hernandez.
Dinah Gray Emmons.
Yesina Toll.
Becky Lynn Delando.
Erica Reyes.
Yuli Sun.
Priscilla Solis.
Marlene Amalia Gonzalez.
Tiffany Kathleen Nishimoto.
Brenda Judith Leva.
Sarah Adams.
Charles Bieimer.
Susan Elizabeth Acosta.
Marianne B. Ventura.
Francine Carey Gomes.
Nina Stephanie Aguera.
Patricia Marie Waitley.
Marion June Duvall.
Ana Maria Almanza.
Angelica Gopez.
Iris Yasina Gomez.
Elena Giovanna Dyson.
Elizabeth Rodriguez Teo.
Dina Kim Mayhew.
Maria D. Gonzalez.
Gabriela Andrea Salcedo.
Natalie Bizarro.
Myra Melendez.
Bridget Elaine Miller.
Stephanie Aravelo.
Eva Hernandez.
Catherine Havani.
Maggie Solorio Cano.
Jorian John Goes.
Pamela Galsteins.
Marta Elizabeth Bonilla.
Diana Marie Canegues.
Martha Perez.
Jeanette M. Jimenez.
Jessica Marie Gonzalez.
Nicole Alexandria Rojas.
Rosanna Ramos Castrejón.
Sylvia Pogosian.
Heather Marie Kirshen.
Lucine Inaxian.
Damaris Ocasio.
Myrna Lilibeth Arida.
William Michael Thompson.
Guillermina Romero.
Ike Frederick Alvarez Cruz.
Riva Hahn.
Matina Michelle Lauer.
Erica Joy Lundquist.
Sarah Roringa Kabai.
Jenny Elizabeth Ann Coe.
Janet Vasquez.
Ashley Elizabeth Denny.
Karen Danielle Solorzano.
Kelsey Deanne Romero.
Nancy Gonzalez.
Roxanne Elizabeth St. John.
Natalie Delshad.
Kristen Lynn Sharumba.
Cindy Armbala Rueda.
Jennifer Marie Thompson.
Evelyn I. Rangel.
Florence Sarah Menashe.
Megan Nicole Ellebrock.
Ivy Elizabeth Green.
Megan Meadows.
Yasushi Mikami.
Yvette Lambda Osorio.
Christina Kishfi Delgado.
Bianca Sevilla.
Thomas Michael Cassidy Jr.
Genoveva Cabrera.
Coralia Claribel Ramirez.
Amy Vanessa Garcia.
Roberta Bridget Gallegos.
Jessica Orquesa.
Lisa Nicole Leroy.
Martha Rodriguez.
Natalie Hope Scheinman.
Nicole Janelle Del Cambre.
Eric Davudi.
Cecilia Shang.
Jacqueline Gongora.
Nanette Babidian.
Carrie Beth Swanson.
Yanette Lopez Amaya.
Christine Marie Starr.
Melissa Michelle Brendan.
Christy Gilmore.
Michael Patrick Betterton.
Ingrid Stacy Hernandez.
Luann Danielle Bruns.
Maria Manzano Garcia.
Josue Gonzalez.
Christine Vellos.
Laura Cecilia Moore.
Christina Benito.
Adriana Cortez.
Emma Hovansian.
Juana Victoria Garcia.
Lucy Gregorian.
Jane Chang.
Lucy Kajikian.
Jessica Fina Pavia.
Michelle Waters.
Sandra Beckler.
Vonetta Keyshawn Lanier. Kelly Irene Louise Kittinger. Karina Michelle Conti. Nai Ray Kang. Sari Yu. Sanhua Jane Shin. Samantha Sue Nikiforyuk. Susana Carolina Luna. Jessica Erin Lee. Michelle Kobian. Natasha Yazdaniaz. Roxana Ramirez. Kimberly Nicole Arieta. Jonathan Paul Polimeni. Natalie Papoban. Devani Tatiana Castaneda. Matthew Thomas Smedley. Cedric Rockman Drisdale. Lacey Alexandra Kicker. Christopher Richard Domorowski. Eduardo Barraza.
Okay, so we all want to go home tonight, so let's see if we can get the rest of this done efficiently. Sit. Before we close the ceremony, there's a few things yet to do. So if you all sit down, we can do them, then we can go. Before we officially close this ceremony, I ask that all of our graduates rise for the university alma mater, Hail to the Matadors, which will be performed again by Akasola. Listen up now, I'm going to start giving you more instructions. Pay attention. After the alma mater has concluded, we ask that all the parents and guests remain seated until the platform party, the faculty, and the graduates have recessed. Once we've all walked out, then and only then, our 53rd annual commencement ceremony is formally adjourned. So, what? I don't have it. Do you have it? Whoops. Wait a minute. I missed a page. I thought I missed something. What? Sorry, guys. One more thing. Okay, the placement of the tassel, I'm sorry, we'll get this done. The placement of the tassel on the mortarboard is an established part of the academic tradition. The student who has not yet earned a degree wears the tassel on the right side. When the degree is conferred, the scholar moves the tassel to the left and joins a select company of highly educated men and women. Will all the recipients of the baccalaureate degree please move your tassel to the left? Now, congratulations. On behalf of over 200,000 alumni and under the authority of the Board of Directors of California State University Alumni Association, it's my pleasure to formally welcome you to the Alumni Association. This is your day. You have worked long and hard to achieve this moment. We are honored to join with you, your family and friends in this celebration. And now it is my pleasure to inform you that you may add the title of alumnus or alumna to your name, as you are now eligible for membership in the Cal State University Northridge Alumni Association. An event of this magnitude requires months of planning and hard work, and on behalf of the platform party, I thank the members of the campus community who contributed to this evening's ceremony. Will you please join me in showing them our appreciation? And now we're going to have the alma mater, and then we're going to get out of here, okay?
Hail to all the matadors, and to our school so dear, as we move along the road of life, let us keep from doubt or fear, for the knowledge which we find here will help to move us on, for the spirit of the red and white will brighten every dawn. Where the sun is shining, where truth is an open door, to honor strong and courage tall, we hail all matadors.